Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we found out some very, very interesting things. Number one, Machi Tobaye can see. And going along with that, number two, La Miroir is the one who can't see. And that's why she's called a landscape painter in sound. And then number three, Romain Latouche is an Interpol agent that came here to investigate the smuggling ring, or some kind of smuggling ring. And then number four, La Miroir says that she heard Darian's voice inside of that room. So how all of this is going to fit together, I can only guess. I don't know what's going to happen because it all seems very random, and I feel like we've just turned this entire case on its head, and now we still don't know what's happening, but we'll figure it out. Also, tomorrow's my birthday! I'm gonna be turning 20 tomorrow, and I'm super, super excited, so yeah, just wanted to say that really quick before we get the episode started. So now, let's get going. July 9th, 12:12 p.m. 2:12 p.m. Right, anything agency, not 12:12.
Hey, Apollo!
What?
Actually, nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not.
Out with it! The suspense is giving me an ulcer!
Well, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it?
Score? D. I guess I would, or maybe, I'm just as bad as you.
See? It's so vague!
Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something, though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouche. And the victim, Mr. Latouche. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating.
Well, true, but we know who shot him now. La Miroir told the whole court.
Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian.
It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries.
I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around.
What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will?
I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said.
Top secret?
Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day, and you got me to help you. We'll be fine.
Fine, right. Well, time's a-wasting, as they say. Let's investigate.
That's the spirit.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright's an Interpol agent too? La Miroir dropped a bomb in court today. It was Darian.
La Miroir said she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool!
I guess.
What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called.
Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time.
Wrong? Why?
I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert.
That's right! I was burning up the dance floor at the time.
Right. Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Darian, even?
You bet I did! He's one of the Governor's guitarists, after all. He's so cool. Oh.
Right. All the Governors have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Latouche backstage.
But La Miroir heard him, didn't she? She heard Darian backstage, right?
Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. An Interpol agent.
I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway?
Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals.
Why can't they just call them International Police instead of making up some silly name?
Yeah. Anyway, you think he was investigating La Miroir?
Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be.
Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying.
But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 pieces.
If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something.
I wonder if it was something that has to do with something. That something being our case. The last something, I mean.
Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Latouche up to? Jersey? Was that another one of your tricks?
It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that.
Hello, sir. Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Gramarye!
Hey, the other day. Eep!
Who's there?
We didn't just imagine that, did we?
He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours?
Hardly.
We meet again! Nice to meet you. Who are you? Could you please stop smirking like that?
It's you! Uncle Valent!
Uncle Valent? He's your uncle?
No, silly. It's the great Gramarye, Valent Gramarye, the great magician.
Yes, it is I, the great Valent Gramarye, as seen on television. And could you please stop smirking like that? It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. My, how you've grown!
Good to see you again, Uncle Valent. You look exactly the same.
I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. What? And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I am quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura about to him, is true.
Let's ask him about the case, Apollo.
His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm.
After all, Uncle Valent's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle.
What? Daddy, you mean Mr. Wright?
No, I mean my real daddy.
Trucy's real father?
Wait, Apollo, don't tell me you don't know about Troop Gramarye.
Troop Gramarye? Huh? No. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. To not know of the greatest troop of magicians on the planet! Valent Gramarye. The name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child.
You bet you've heard of the name! He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe and then escaped from a high security prison.
You said he's a magician? I opened the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of Troop Gramarye. Wait.
What, Apollo?
I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else? Like, a duo?
A duo?
Yeah, you had a partner. Something Gramarye. Yes, Zack Gramarye. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship. Why is everyone so quiet?
Daddy.
Daddy? Huh? Oh, no way! Once upon a time, the Troop Gramarye included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valent Gramarye, and my partner, Zack Gramarye. And this Zack was...
He was my real daddy.
Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea.
There wasn't much point in talking about it, now that he's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo.
I'm glad that I'm good for comic relief, at least.
Not that I see Daddy around much these days.
I've been remiss for remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? 2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy.
You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valent.
I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Coliseum, the first time in 7 years, I could feign containment in my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy, 'twas a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did.
Well, it wasn't all my doing.
I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this.
That's a videotape?
Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Gramarye. Will you watch it?
Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word? Mysterious.
There are more mysterious things in her song going on. Way more mysterious. This Valen Grammary has good reasons to be here today, but I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. So, I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there.
I didn't see a stunt.
What about Le Miroir vanishing and reappearing?
Oh, that? I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen I didn't even notice.
So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. A modicum of magic from me to you.
So that's why you were at the concert.
Yes, I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it was all done? Of course! I'm like a deity, with the stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon these floodlit boards not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is a potent, primeval power I possess. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done?
Hey now!
Trucy?
That's like totally against the rules, Apollo.
Not during a murder investigation, it's not. Mais non, for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall that the terrible occurrence happened later, well after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh. Don't even ask, I won't answer.
Too bad for you, Apollo.
Whose side are you on? I, Valen Grammary, now make my leave, Miss Trucy.
There's no need to rush, Uncle Valen. You should stay a while.
I'm afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I have been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall sink back to the scene. So, you'll be at the concert venue today? Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, crocodile! With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked through the door, normally.
Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking!
Right. Valen Grammary. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, and that bit of magic that made Le Miroir disappear, and how he knows Trucy and her real father. Let's go! Let's go to the detention center first, see if anything can come out of there. July 9th, detention center, visitor's room. Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect.
But they don't have any indecisive evidence.
Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room.
Right, the air vent.
And he lied.
Lied?
Machi Tobaya can see.
Machi!
Speak of the devil.
He looks like he's doing okay.
I forget. Why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything.
Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo.
It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest.
If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen.
I think she's actually worried for me. We can actually talk to him. Not really, but like, ask.
So, what did you think of the trial today? Phew, I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial.
Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's not guilty, we win.
No, if he's innocent, we win. Machi might not understand English. I bet he gets that better than you do.
Huh?
I'm glad Le Miroir testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming us another suspect.
Darien of the Governors, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey.
What is it, Apollo?
No, it's nothing. I must be imagining it.
Imagining what, Apollo?
It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right?
How could he? He's a young Burgundian. He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him.
Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning? Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces.
Was it that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see. But what if that's not all he lied about?
If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him.
I think it'll take something big to get to him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. But not before we ask about your eyesight.
So, Machi, you can see, right? Machi can see and Lemiroir can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo. I don't think we're gonna get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it does. This whole, we'll be back for you, Machi, feels kind of like the whole Cyclops thing from the first 3 games. It's like, yeah, we'll be back with more evidence to prove that you're lying to us, Machi.
Woo! What a great day! It's perfect weather for sleuthing.
The weather matters for an investigation?
Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days?
Sure. Let's get started, shall we?
Right on! Show us your stuff, Apollo!
What stuff?
Your voice training! This is the perfect place for it!
I did enough at home, thanks.
Aw, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it onto the big stage.
I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer.
Then you're in luck, cause it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, "Objection"?
Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. What the fuck is... No, absolutely not. What's that creature there?
Ooh, that's the police mascot, the Blue Badger.
Huh? It's life-size.
Haven't you seen them around town patrolling the streets? Yes, now even Law and Order has a mascot.
I'd run from that thing even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky.
I don't think you're showing the true Blue Badger spirit, Apollo.
I don't want to show true Blue Badger spirit. I've seen enough of that thing already. July 9th, backstage hallway.
Mr. Attorney.
Lemiroir! I'm sorry about today.
There is nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean? Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh! You must have great ears!
Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday. But how? That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Crescent's voice at the scene of the crime.
I did not know his name. But I never forget a voice.
Wait! Lemiroir, is something the matter?
That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it.
No way.
As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice.
I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latouche were talking about something?
The next moment, I heard those gunshots.
Why didn't you call security?
To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So, it really was Darian's voice that she heard.
Yeah. At least, she certainly thinks it was.
I met Machi before my debut as Lemiroir. I was singing in a restaurant in Borginia.
And he was playing the piano?
Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see.
Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see?
No, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as a landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for Machi, pretending he couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy.
I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. About Mr. Latouche.
Yes. He was an Interpol agent, I hear.
So, you had no idea?
Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover.
But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was.
Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand.
You have no idea?
I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why?
What makes you think that?
Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded from memory.
Clouded, right.
The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart.
In your heart?
I have no memory of the time before I became Le Miroir. I awoke from darkness, into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days.
What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light?
I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Le Miroir is lost to me.
But I don't think you...
I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me?
Do you think your past might be related to this case?
No way! That seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Le Miroir. I thank you. Machi, too, tells me this often when I fear who I might have been.
We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time.
Thank you.
That reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off.
Illusion?
When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember?
Ah, yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician.
Valent Grammary. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done?
I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Grammary made me swear to never tell a soul.
I was afraid of that.
Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know?
Ah, I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something.
Yes?
When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor.
Device? Maybe you mean this?
That's been lying there since the day before yesterday.
Might I touch it? I thought as much.
What did you think?
This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert.
I wonder whose this is.
We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing.
We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him.
Yes, that's best. Thank you.
So, can I put it on? Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo.
Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Inquiry from Le Miroir? Can I ask you about this headset, Le Miroir? You said that all concert staff were wearing one?
That's correct. You need them to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of the band members too, I should think.
So Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too, then?
They're quite helpful, though. Limited. They only work within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system.
That makes sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here? I guess we go. Stage. July 9th in the wings.
That song. Isn't that the one Le Miroir was singing?
Yeah, you're right. The guitar serenade.
Wow, I'd love to do a show on a stage like this.
I'd come to see that.
The house is full, and as one, the audience sighs with wonderment. There I am, singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air.
Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician?
Oh! That's right, I was a magician, wasn't I?
Some dedication. Hey! Aha! If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is.
Uncle Valent!
What exactly are you doing here? I take real responsibility in tasks undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss, miss.
The Miroir teleportation illusion! Ooh!
Should anything go wrong, it would reflect poorly upon me and my troupe. As I went about exacting my examination, I happened to notice that piano. And I remember that fair lady's melancholy melody.
Hey, Apollo! Maybe Uncle Val can shed some light on this whole thing for us. I was wondering about the show the night of the murder. Miroir's vanishing act was your illusion, right?
Indeed, that purple prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make her disappear, like a dream." Like a dream. Yet, what can I work with on a stage meant for musical endeavors? There were none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorceress acts. It was a challenging task, and so I accepted. She disappeared from the top of the tower. But in order to move, you would have had to use some sort of secret tunnel. Secret tunnel! People come to me because I am a professional among professionals. My illusions are custom made for a time and a place. Now, because of the murder, all the eyes of the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing, as far as the fortunes of Troop Grammary are concerned.
So you were here checking up on your trick to make sure it went well.
And went well it did. Now, speaking of pianos, that piano over there troubles me. It troubles you? Why? Why? Why do you ask why? I think it's probably quicker if I just go check it out myself, thanks. I know what you are thinking in that head of yours. Grammary, yes, you say? I recall seeing him on television. Something of that sort. Actually, yes, you're right.
Wow, you just read your mind, Apollo.
Or everyone tells him that and he made a good guess. It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. His name was Magnifi Grammary. It was he who began the great Troop Grammary. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the strings of every TV there was. I do have a vague memory of someone like that on TV. Yes, yet several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled a vanishing act, yes. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screen a barren waste, stripped of illusion.
That's not true! I still went to all your shows, like that one in the parking lot down at the supermarket.
When you start playing supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble. We hone our skill at these small venues, always awaiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise, up from obscurity, into fame's shining stage once more. I do this not only for the magic that is Grammary, but for my partner. Your partner? You mean, yes, Zach Grammary. Trucy's father. Before he disappeared 7 years ago, there was no name higher than Grammary in show business circles. None. I will see us return to glory. I, Valiant Grammary. Our founder, Magnifi Grammary, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles.
I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go. What happened to the jet again?
Apparently, someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought. Of all the would-be magicians who came to his door, only Zack and I had the talent. In no time at all, Valent and Zack were the shining stars in the Grammary crown.
Cool, huh? And Zack Grammary was my daddy.
Now that Magnifi and Zack were gone, I have but one wish. Let it be I, Valent Grammary, who brings the Grammary miracle back to the big stage.
I'm rooting for you.
Miss Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side.
One skill coming up.
How do we manage to get off the topic of the case so quickly all the time? Piano.
That's one big piano. I've never actually played one.
You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime.
No good. He can't play either.
I kind of feel bad for the guy now.
Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back. This could be the debut of a prodigy.
Oh.
Ew.
Did you make that noise just now?
Let me try it again.
Oh.
You know, I think something's stuck in the piano. Time to take a look under the hood. Huh? Look! This was stuck between the strings. It looks like some kind of switch.
Someone must have thrown this into the piano. Switch. Words cannot express my shock and chagrin. All I can see before me is this stage, and me upon it. Nothing smaller, nothing less radiant catches my eye.
True, you're getting on in years. Not much time left to make your mark, huh?
This is not how I was seeing it. So he doesn't care about what I had to show him, I get the point. Whatever. Okay, let's go. Nope, I said let's go, not let's present, let's go. July 9th, Lemiroir's dressing room. Oh god. Uh-oh. There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom. What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me the second degree in court and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstain Mr. Latouche left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person can see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh?
But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all.
Now we know that Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol.
We wouldn't have found that out without you.
I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. Said it was my reward. Are chocolate snackoos popular down at the precinct or something?
I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again.
Be my guest. You're not gonna find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange.
Something strange?
Can I get some of those chocolate snackoos? I kinda wanna know what those taste like, genuinely. I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
How?
I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year.
If only it worked that way. It just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me, and it makes him even more suspicious now that we know we can see. He could have seen the air duct and he could have shot that revolver.
But that's not how it sounded in Lemiroir's testimony.
You mean her saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene?
That's right!
Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Was that true what you said in court today? You know, about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitar serenade, you mean?
I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then Lemiroir flew through the air. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire, and in the end a bullet took Mr. Latouche's life. And he went up into the sky with the guitar. Well, 30 feet up at least.
It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence,
I know! And I found it!
You think the same person did all of this? Don't ask me. I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit through that air vent anyway.
What? You all think I did it?
Sometimes I worry about that girl.
So what did you find?
It's so little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa.
What is it?
Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna.
Ooh, like on a beetle?
Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort.
An electronic signal, you say?
Do you think you could take a look at this? A small device. Looks like a transmitter.
A transmitter?
You press this switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though. A signal? You mean an electronic signal?
What is it, Apollo?
Say, Emma, you know that strange object you said you found? Oh, this? Let me try pressing this switch.
Ah! It's on fire! Emma's device is on fire!
What's the big idea? Arrgh! Well, now we know what this is, an igniter.
This part here must work like a lighter.
It nearly lit me up, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose.
I suppose. At least we're getting somewhere with this case.
Hey, Apollo! Let's ask Emma more about the switch, now that she has some first-hand experience.
Switch? Switch. What are you trying to do, burn me alive? Come on, it was just a few sparks. Says you! You weren't the one holding it.
There's enough sparks flying around here with you two talking.
Anyway, now that we know this is a remote for an igniter, let me see that for a second. Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak, probably only reaches 30 feet.
A transmitter, huh?
Incidentally, if you look at the cross-section diagram of the stage area, let's see, 30 feet from the Miroir's dressing room. That covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. It kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. Guess I best be getting on with my investigation. We're out to look for more clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later.
Good luck!
I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. Okay. Well, I think that is actually where we're going to stop for today. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet! Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload! Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!